Hi, folks. It's Chuck Mott here, and I just wanted to do a quick video today. Just a reminder, and you guys may have heard this before, but everything that we do is a choice. I want to kind of let you guys think about that for a few seconds. Everything that we do, the way that we perceive things is a choice. You can look at, for example, um, this isn't the same thing as saying, like, for example, everything that ever happened to you is a choice. There are terrible things that happen every day. You see it on the news. You hear about it with kids being abused, or elders being abused, or yourself being abused. But it's the way that you look at it and what you do with it. You can feel like a victim and say, "Oh, poor me. This always happens to me. I don't know why this stuff keeps happening." Um, or you can just say, "Okay, if I'm an adult and I'm looking back at my childhood and I'm looking back at my abuser, and I'm just saying I was a victim. This has kind of affected me my whole life. This is going to be affect me until the day I die." There might be some truth in that, but the way that you kind of choose to look at it and keep looking at it um, is going to determine whether you're going to be continue to be a victim, or whether you're going to be somebody who's kind of proactive about how that affects their lives. So, for example, sorry, no itchy nose today. Um, you can say, you know what, this was. You can go look back at it and just, unfortunately, a lot of things. What can you do about it? You can just say, "Woe is me," or you can just accept the fact that this happened to you. As sad as that is, that's the reality of it. This happened. It didn't. If you're, of course, if you're a 4-year old and you were beat or possibly even sexually abused, you didn't ask for that to happen. You were totally a victim in that case. But the way that it's affecting you today and how you respond to it when you think about it, whether you have flashbacks, for example, if you have PTSD, you can do a couple of things about that um, with that thought. You could say, "I choose to accept that this happened. It wasn't good. Obviously, I wouldn't prefer it. This did happen. This is the reality of it. I don't need to continue to be a victim of it every time that I think about it." Um, I can do my best to, let's see, if this happens and I start getting a flashback and feeling anxious, I can change my mind. I can use the power of distraction. A lot of times, if you're stuck in a loop where you can't shake off whatever it is you're feeling. I mean, there's a couple things that you can do. You can distract yourself from it, or you can respond to the thoughts that you're having about that. So if you say, if you're putting on, yeah, not putting on, but if you're just considering yourself a victim and woe is me, and so on and so forth, like they had mentioned, that is a whole lot less empowering than saying, "You know what, this had happened to me. I'm not going to let this define my life. I'm going to choose when I do get a flashback or have thoughts about it, or um, anything like that, then I can choose to either distract myself from it. I can choose to say, you know what, that happened. That was a long time ago. It doesn't define me. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me, I didn't ask for it. And I didn't invite it. I was, young. I was a kid. Same thing with like any kind of abusive situation like that. Um, you did not, um, you did not bring that upon yourself. Even if you guys got into a heated argument and you said, "I'm wrong," or you said you said a lot of wrong things in the course of this argument, and a lot of nasty things. Of course, you might want to work on your communication skills a little bit, and the way and how you respond in situations like that. But no, you did not ask to be beaten. Nobody deserves to be beaten, hit, struck, um, anything of that nature. So what that does mean is that, as I said, you might want to work on the way you can communicate, the way you argue with your partner, if you even decide to stay in that situation. Because if you're repeatedly being physically abused in a situation like that, you don't want to stay. That's not going to get. Chances are that's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. But you did not choose to be beaten. You did not set it up to be beaten. You did not Any there is no excuse. There is no kind of reasons that you got that led to you it being okay to be beaten. So again, that's the power of choice. You can say, "Well, it was kind of my fault." I said I called him a, I don't know, cotton picker, whatever. Um, you still did not bring that upon yourself to be beaten. So it's really kind of the way that the choice to look at it. You can say, you know what, I kind of need to work on the way that I argue with my partner, with people in general, and stop going to anger and name calling. But again, you didn't decide to be beaten. If so, that's the negative consequence of stuff. Anything that you look at, you can look at in a way that you can better cope with it. There's something called radical acceptance that just says, radical acceptance is saying this is not okay. That this happened. I'm not happy with this. It's not. It's an unfortunate thing. It's never going to be acceptable in my mind, but it is what it is. You can do what you can do to change your reaction to it, or you can do what you can to change it if it's something that's ongoing. So that's kind of it with that. You just sort of kind of some things you just need to accept for what they are. Do what you can to change them or change how you respond to them. That's the only things that are in your control. Everything else is out of your control. Um, your What is in control is your ability to not say, let it define you and just say, "Oh man, I'm a piece of crap and I deserve this." And that's not self-serving at all. It doesn't do anything for you, and it actually sets you up to continue to be victimized. So that's in the case of things where, if there's old abuse, if there's ongoing abuse, if there's anything like that, any kind of situation that you're involved in, you hate your job. Well, you're choosing to go there every day. If you're not, you're choosing to not apply for another position that might be a better fit for you. You're choosing lots of you're just that's all the choice that you're making. You might have, it might be difficult to find something that's kind of maybe pays you the same, but staying in that job is something that you're continuing to choose to do. So what's another example? And just on the more positive side, on the bright side, if you wake up in the morning and you say, "Oh man, I wonder what's going to happen to me today. Oh, this is okay. Well, I guess this is going to be kind of like the day where this all kind of comes tumbling down, and that's going to be the way it is. And with this, what can I do? I guess I'll just kind of wait around and wait for things to happen to me." Is not productive. You're setting up yourself to be a victim of the day and a victim of circumstances and feeling like everything is out of your control. And the honest answer is not, maybe not everything is totally in your control, but things are a lot more in control than what you might think. So, and what you would do to have a more productive day is to get up and set goals for yourself that day. And this is something I talk to a lot about with my, especially my ADHD people, is you kind of need, if you want to have stuff um, get accomplished during the day, you're a lot more likely to do it if you write it down. Write it down and put it in a scheduler if you have to, if it helps. And chances are you're going to get done, or you're going to take some steps towards getting it done, as opposed to just saying, "Well, I wish I could just kind of sit and I don't know, practice my guitar." But I don't, you have to make the choice and the time, even if you have to schedule it to go ahead and do that. Sometimes life gets in the way, but a lot of times we can like look for those opportunities to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So set goals for yourself for the day, um, and look back at my SMART goals and just kind of make that a daily practice. Also, SMART goals, right, are specific, they're attainable, they're let's pass over the M, measurable, they're realistic, and they're time based. Um, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Smart goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time based. I am going to do. I am going to write up those two reports today. That's specific. The reports, measurable is 2, attainable. Can you do it? If you can do it, then it's attainable. If you can't do it, then it's not attainable and you're putting too much on yourself. And that kind of goes along with the realistic in my mind. So that could actually just be kind of be the A or but it, the acronym doesn't make it smart then, does it? If you take the A or the R out of it. And time-based means just you have a specific time frame that you're going to accomplish this in. Today would be one. And my phone is talking to me. So yeah, so that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. Feel free to comment. Feel free to disagree. Feel free to get a conversation going. I would love to see that from some of you guys. And if you like my channel, subscribe and yeah, and like, and we will talk to you later. Okay. Again, just kind of the power of choice, the things the choices that you make on a day by day, minute by minute basis, even is just as a powerful thing. So choose wisely, decide wisely, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye bye.